charming, tiny thing. Welcome to Earth. There's a lot to know about this place. I wish I could tell you all of it, so you did not have to learn the hard way. I know you will still have to learn the hard way. So here are all the things I want to say to you when you are older. When you have been hardened by the world a little more, a lot more, when it is too late. Because that is when I will finally figure you are ready to hear it. Because that is what we do here on Earth. There are things in this world I wish I could keep away from you. Even though I know they make you stronger, I do not want you to be stronger if it means you have to hurt. But that is not how it works here. This place is full of the rank, the putrid, detestable, astounding, gross, gorgeous, flawed, and lovely. Everyone here is an addict, craving something, slaving for something, raving mad, braving bad, misbehaving while waving our excuses on banners we line with gold so we don't look too closely what we have written there in shit and blood, addicted to the things that distract us from unhappiness so we can ignore all that which makes us unhappy. Because the only thing we fear more than death and public speaking is confrontation with ourselves, with the demons inside of us that keep us from fighting the monsters, keep us locking skeletons in our closets until each room in every house is a burial ground with tombstones carefully sanded so no one can read the names of the dead. And we have convinced ourselves that this is how to keep the ghosts from haunting, but the bones still rattle every time thunder shakes the house. The spirits still whisper in the walls because anonymity does not erase the past. And hiding from shadows is no way to face the present. But we are addicted to hiding, addicted to numbing ourselves until we almost believe there's nothing we are hiding from. But darling, when we hide from the ugliness of this world, we hide also from its majesty. And when we hide from ourselves, we are giving up on this beautiful gift which in fact you, my sweet, have just received. And dearest, life is a tangled mass of colorful yarn covered in glitter swinging in the wind. It looks at once like a knotted mess and a sparkling, fragile, beautiful thing. Some people will try to tell you it is worthless, but I will always tell you it is art because I sincerely believe that it is art, that you are art, and you are here, and you are making the world more beautiful every time you smile, and every time you are honest enough to cry. Here's something I will want to tell you every time someone breaks your heart. Every time you cry and ask me questions I do not know how to answer. No one here really knows what's going on. We are all just screaming in a canyon hoping to hear an echo or a response or the word of God, and whenever we hear one, we wish we heard the other. You will have to find your own way to scream, to ask questions of God and the universe and the wind. You will decide where you go to look for answers, and when you do this, remember, do not disregard everything that makes you wince. Because most of the best things in life will make you cringe sometimes. That is what it means to fight the demons. That is what it means to be alive in this place. It is gross and wonderful, messy and crude, full of mucus, defecation, spit, irony, mistakes, laughter, and sex. Sex is another thing I will lie to you about for years until I finally decide to tell you this. At its best, it is magical and sacred. At its worst, it is a revolting tool in the hands of evil, violent people. It is how you and I and everyone got here in the first place. We don't talk about it in mixed company, because here we think it is better to drown everyone in taboos than to admit that sometimes things which are messy and painful are also the most gorgeous. Do not confuse pleasure with shame, but do not abandon all shame in the name of pleasure. I will expect you to understand this even though no one around you will tell you how they learned to find that line. They will not tell you because here we are all afraid to offend anyone by talking about those things like sex or peeing in the shower, which all grown-ups do even though they all pretend they don't. See, we are such paradoxical creatures, at once revolted by the profane and enticed by it, wanting to sugarcoat everything we love out of fear of being rejected by a broken system, which promotes polite disingenuousness over raw humanity. But hun, do not ever give up your humanity, because in all this mess, that is the one thing you can really call your own. Oh, my sweet little one, welcome to Earth. Welcome to living. I'm sure you'll be great at it and terrible at it sometimes, and both of those are more than okay. I'm sure there are millions and billions of things I want to say to you right now, but in short, seek, delight, breathe, live authentically and deliberately and with intention. Carpe diem, never forget that you are loved, that I love you. And finally, my dear, good luck.